Yeah, after I actually came out to my mum, it was now time to obviously tell my dad. I think my mum had rang my dad like 2 or 3 months after I'd come out to her and spoke to. I think my mum spoke to my stepmom and just sort of prepared her with what was to come. Basically, I think it was just like a warning for her to tell my dad, but obviously it wasn't her place to tell him. It was sort of mine. And once my mum had had a word with her, my dad and stepmom sat me down and basically asked me if I was. And again, I burst into tears because obviously you don't want to disappoint your parents at all. And I think it was more of a shock for my dad because obviously it's difficult for a male to accept another male as being gay, basically. Because obviously a father wants to be able to play sports and different things. I think that's something like that. But yeah, obviously you expect to play some sports and stuff. And I mean, obviously I was into sports, still am. But like, he was disappointed because I wasn't carrying the name on, because he's got 5 sisters and I have no brothers or sisters apart from Steph, and obviously they've got their own surname. And I think it was more that than he was disappointed in what I was. Um, and once I'd come out to him, it was now obviously time for him to tell the rest of his family and my family as well. And I think because he was quite distraught at the idea of me not carrying the name on, his sisters were quite annoyed with me as well, because obviously I'd upset their brother. And yeah, that was quite hard for about another 2 years, and it's only last year in 2008 that I actually started speaking to them again, basically when my nana was rushed into hospital. That's when all of us were together again. And yeah, that's sort of when they started speaking to me again, and now if I see them, they're quite civil. Because at first it was quite awkward, because I remember when I went out on like the first or second date with my boyfriend who I'm with now, one of my aunties was out in a gay bar, and this actually does not make quite sense. Well, it doesn't make sense because she was in basically a gay bar, and so was I. And I mean, I was actually underage at the time. I mean, I wasn't drinking anything because obviously it's illegal, and I was just out having a good time basically. And she was there, and basically me and my partner, boyfriend, kissed, and she actually found it quite offensive to see me kissing another guy, but yet she was in a gay bar. So it was quite unusual to me, and I did actually get pretty angry at the fact that she was quite contradictory in that sense, and I was quite angry at that. So then I ignored her, and obviously now I can understand why she did it, because that's when she was still quite angry with me for not carrying the name on and for upsetting my dad at the same time. So yeah, that was me coming out to my dad. Um, yeah, and I am actually quite grateful now to both of my parents, because they are quite they are very supportive, and my partner, boyfriend, whatever you want to say, has actually met both parents, and we all get along, and it's really good because I've been with my partner now for nearly 5 years in January. So we beat a lot of the stereotypes in which a lot of people say that obviously gay relationships don't last. I mean, nobody knows what's in the future anyway, and I'm quite happy with the way mine's going at the minute. Because 5 years in gay terms, like people say, it is a long time anyway, without obviously the gay years. Because I have that quite a lot, but gay years and stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy at the minute with things. So then, after getting back to that anyway, now I've rambled on a bit. After I told my parents, now it was crunch time for my friends as well, because obviously it's difficult to come out to your friends as well, because obviously you see them as much as you see your parents anyway. And I actually found quite a lot of support with a lot of friends. I mean, I actually lost a couple, but if friends can't stand by, and then what's the point in having them anyway? That's what I say. So yeah, I hung around with 3 guys, and one of them wasn't particularly happy with someone about, and the other 2 guys, which I sort of hung around with, they weren't. Well, it's obvious now looking back, but like they were more supportive in a sense because they kept me grounded, and they weren't gay or aren't gay. So quite strange.